Hey, good evening. Welcome back to my gardening show. It's Memorial Day weekend 2014. And I just thought I'd give you a quick update. As you can see, everything is just going gangbusters at this point. We got blossoms on the peas. That's a really good sign. As for the potato bin, it appears that all the seed potatoes are sprouting through the top of this thing. And so far I count, I think it's 17 sprouts of the 21 that I know are planted in here. So I am very, it's going to be very interesting to see what the results are. The ones near the top here, reached pretty good size. Like I said, the ones in the lower levels are just now starting to come through. Just some casual observation. I think next year, if I end up doing this again, as I plant in my wagon wheel shapes, there's another sprout down there, I'll try to orient it like a clock. I'll have them planted in quadrants at like 12, 3, 6, and 9, and then I'll move kind of like 5 minutes to plant the next layer, and so on and so forth. So that way, as these come up, I'll be able to tell kind of what level they're coming up from, depending on how I plant them. So the tomatoes are doing awesome. They're really bulking up. The stems are starting to fatten up. They're gaining some height. I've got one of my trellises strung up. I did a little different this year. Instead of just having a single strings down and tied off on the bottom line, I've got the bottom line like I did last year, but on both sides of this middle plant of the 5 I have here, I've got 10-inch metal spikes on opposing sides of this twine to keep tension on it, or help keep tension on it. I've got the vertical lines like last year, and then I've got them band clamped at the top there, which is something different. Last year I didn't band clamp them, I just wrapped them around. I did that so that maybe it would extend the life of this twine. I also went from a nylon twine to polypropylene. See if that makes a difference. It's got a 7-pound working limit. But then I went ahead and added some cross lines here. My camera lens has a crack in it, that's why it's kind of bright. It's not wanting to work right. But anyway, so I've got the bottom line, and I've got 3 more lines strung up just to add tension and help support the vertical lines as these grow. I've got the Grandpa Jack's tomato clips that I'll be using again this year. Really, the next step after I get the other trellises strung up is to prune these tomatoes, and start clearing out the bottom foliage as these gain height. I want to wait till they're a couple feet tall before I do that, but I want to have a clearance of at least 6 inches from the bottom to the or from the ground to the bottom layer of foliage. I also need to go through and prune out the suckers. I haven't done that on all of them yet, so I'm not worried about feeding these yet, because there's organic fertilizer that's in the holes and the soil is pretty rich right now. But here in the next couple weeks, I will start a weekly feed of I think it's called Liquid Gold. It's a product I used last year. It's an organic product that's sold through what's the website? Kelp for Less. Kelp for Less, KELP, the number 4 and the word less, all one word. Anyway, they've got this product. It's called Liquid Gold. It's made from like waste products from like a brewery or breweries that are nearby, and it worked really well. So I'm gonna try to get some of that. I don't have any of it yet, and spray it on as a weekly feed, and we should get some really good results. Last year I had tomatoes that the stems were as thick as quarters. Some of them reached 12, 13 foot high. I had 2 cherry varieties that did that, and the rest, I think 6 other plants of the 15 I had reached the top of the trellis, which was about 10 foot tall before the season was out. So anywho, that's kind of all I got going on right now. Hopefully get some of this work done. We'll kind of go from there. So feel free to post comments, any questions or whatnot, and I'll try to answer them. So I guess that's it. Until next time, happy gardening. Bye.